All right, and we are live. Good evening po sa inyong lahat mga kaguro. And of course, welcome back to Gurong Pinoy. Again, as I've mentioned, this is final coaching day 3. You only have 20 days mga kaguro. Konting push pa, no? I hope na lahat ay busog na, nakakain na, yung mga nanay at tatay, napakain na yung mga anak, napatulog na yung mga anak, yung mga negosyante, no, na-close na yung mga libro for the day. Because we are going to start in a few minutes. Again, please do like, love, share our video, start a watch party, tag your friends, and of course, send us your stars on Facebook. Send us your super chat, super stickers naman sa YouTube. Maraming salamat po to all our star senders, super chatters, super sticker senders. Katulad ni Ma'am Canizel Bautista, super sticker sender dito po sa ating YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Lahat ng mga star senders natin dito naman sa ating Facebook page. Thank you so much po. Again, please do send us your stars to support Gurong Pinoy. Maraming salamat, Ma'am Cindy Bundalian, isa sa ating mga star senders dito sa ating Facebook page. Ganun din sa ating, again, mga super stickers and super chatters dyan sa ating YouTube channel. Sir Mark Galos, maraming salamat for sending us stars. Ganun din kay Ma'am Zin Labrada Labrage. Okay? Sana talaga pala rin na si Ma'am Zin, no? Pagtrabahuan po natin, Ma'am Zin. No? So sabi ni Ma'am Zin, sana talaga pala rin na ako sa kakapanood ko ng Gurong Pinoy. Of course, we are going to help you and make sure that you are a member of Team Piaget para dire-diretso po yung ating pagre-review until our classified files, which will be on September 19, 20, and 21. Again, if you'd want to join Team Piaget, send a message to our Facebook page. For Team Brunner naman, for March of next year, for our new TOS, just send a message again through our Facebook page. That would be Gurong Pinoy. Ma'am Jejing, maraming salamat for sending us stars. Now, before we start with anything else, of course, as I have our opening prayer, so please join me mga kaguro. Dear Lord, I come to you to ask for your guidance and direction in this study session. I ask that the Holy Spirit fill me with strength, creativity, and understanding to get through my studies without difficulty or sin. Help me hold my focus and attention. Help me to retain all that I learned. Please make my mind sharp and keep distractions at bay. If any part of my studying is weak or lacking in some way, let it be revealed so that I may correct it. Thank you for this opportunity to learn. Amen. All right, now once again, this is LET September 2022 final coaching day 3 with 20 more days before you face your LET, your licensure exam for teachers on September 25th. Maraming salamat Sir Dominic Tagyam for sending us your super sticker. Ganun din po kay Ma'am Ginny Flor de la Pena for sending us super stickers sa ating YouTube channel. Maraming salamat po. Please do like, love, share our video, start a watch party, tag your friends. We are going to start with Gen Ed question number 1. Okay, pambungad lagi ang inyong paborito, math. Okay? Alam na alam to ng ating mga online sellers. What is the amount due on 8,000 after adding the annual interest of 9%? Is it letter A, 11,720, letter B, 9,720, letter C, 8,720, or letter D, 9,020? What is your choice for question number 1? You may have to solve. If you want to, go ahead and solve. Batiin ko lamang si Ma'am Maine Valdez Remorosa. Good evening po, Ma'am Mek, watching and been praying. Makapasa this September, I'm from Team Piaget, and I'm so glad to be part of this team. Salamat po talaga, Ma'am Mek. Kapanganakan ko this week. Sana po maging blessings po. Okay, so we hope and pray that you are going to have a safe delivery. And of course, we are hoping and praying and we will be working hard so that you can become one of our LPTs. Okay, bago matapos ang taon ay LPTs na tayong lahat mga kaguro. Okay, so again, please do like, love, and share our video and magpa-member, mag-send po ng message sa ating Facebook page. All right, I see a lot of letters C sa ating comment box. Tumpak kaya ang letter C? Okay, or ligwak kaya? First item, ligwak kaya? Ma'am Marie Joyce Lazaro Mangubat, maraming salamat po for sending us stars. Ganon din kay Ma'am Ivy Lakap. Thank you po. Okay, for number 1, all right, again for number 1, what is the amount due on 8,000 after adding the annual interest of 9%? Okay, now again, paulit-ulit na itong ating process, no? Iba-iba lamang yung ating question, iba-iba lamang yung ating amount, but the process would still be the same. Remember, your interest is equal to PRT. I equals PRT, where I is the interest, and P is the principal, R is the rate, that is the number with the percentage sign, and of course you have time. Very important that you have to remember time here is in years, okay? Hindi po pwedeng in months, it should be in years. Now, substituting all the amounts or all the numbers that we have here, we have I equals the principal original amount of 8,000 times 0.09. Saan nanggaling yung 0.09? That came from your 9%, your rate, no? And so we drop the percentage sign and we move the decimal point 2 times to the left. So from 9%, naging 0.09 siya times 1. Yung 1 natin would be the number of year. Wala namang sinabing number of years. And so we assume that it is 1. Okay, now multiplying all of this, you get 720. We are being asked for the amount due. From 720, of course, you have to add 8,000. And so the correct choice is letter C, 8,720 for question number 1. Congratulations sa mga nakakuha ng tumpak na choice. Sa ligwak naman, move on kaagad. Importante, sabi natin, sa actualet, alam nyo na ang tumpak na choice. Okay, so number 1, letter C is tumpak. We move on with question number 2. Bahagi ng pananaliksik kung saan matatagpuan ang panimula, kaligiran ng pag-aaral at conceptual framework ay patlang. Letter A, Kabanata 4. Letter B, Kabanata 2. Letter C, Kabanata 1. Or letter D, Kabanata 3. What's your choice for question number 2? Okay, number 2 again, please make sure that you are sharing our video. I-share po yung ating video. Start a watch party, tag your friends, and of course, love our video. And if you can, of course, send us superstars or stars on Facebook. Super chat, super stickers naman dyan sa ating YouTube channel. Maraming salamat po for your support. Ma'am Princess Bilog, maraming salamat for sending us stars. Thank you po, ma'am. Okay, number 2, what is our choice? Letter C. I see a lot of letter C's. For number 2, this question, paulit-ulit na din, no? And of course, ang pinaka-hint mo dito sa ating question would be the term panimula. Okay, so that's introduction in English. Okay, in English, that would be introduction. And so you all know that this should be letter C, Kabanata 1. Okay, Kabanata 1, letter C for number 2. Now, ang mga bahagi ng pananaliksik, no, binubuo ng 5 kabanata ang isang pananaliksik. Ito ay mga sumusunod. Kabanata 1, nandyan yung inyong suliranin at kaligiran nito. Kabanata 2, mga kaugnay na literatura ng pag-aaral na related literature. Kabanata 3, methods, metodolohiya at pamamaraan. Kabanata 4 naman ang paglalahad at pagpapakahulugan, no? And Kabanata 5, that's your discussion, your conclusion at rekomendasyon na. Conclusion, lagom, conclusion at rekomendasyon. Okay, that's already the closing part of your research. Okay, so for number 2, letter C ang ating tumpak na choice. All right, we move on with question number 3. Mukhang 2/2 kayo, no? Tama for both items. We go to number 3. Okay, very common question. Paulit-ulit na din. The true name of Mark Twain is letter A, Edgar Allan Poe. Letter B, George Eliot. Letter C, Samuel Clemens. Or letter D, Robert Browning. What's your choice for number 3? Number 3 po, ano ang ating tumpak na choice? Again, huwag pong kalimutang i-like at i-love yung ating video. And of course, start a watch party. Maraming salamat po for those people who've already started a watch party, no? Halos lahat naman kayo. Pag hindi pa, mag-start na po ng watch party. And of course, i-share ang ating video so that we can reach out to more people. Okay, number 3, ICCs. Letter C for number 3. Letter C kaya for number 3. Sa mga newbies natin, welcome din. No? Kaway-kaway, hello po. Sa lahat ng ating mga newbies, welcome po. Make sure that you visit our YouTube channel. No? At marami po tayong videos doon. Mag-movie marathon. Isa po yan sa pinaka-effective na ways for you to pass the LET and even top the LET. No? Isa sa ating mga or karamihan sa ating mga top-notchers kagaya ni Sir Mark Michon, nag-movie marathon talaga. At least 3 hours of Gurong Pinoy every day. Okay, for number 3, ICCs, the true name of Mark Twain is, that's letter C. Samuel Clemens is tumpak for number 3. Sir Mark Galos, again, maraming salamat for sending us stars. Okay, now Samuel Clemens, also known as Mark Twain, wrote Huckleberry Finn, Tom Sawyer, and another of his work is The Prince and the Pauper. Okay, so those are some famous works of Samuel Clemens, and that's the true name. And the pen name, of course, is Mark Twain. Now, Edgar Allan Poe, choice A, is best known for his poetry and short stories, particularly his tales of mystery and the macabre. He wrote The Cask of Amontillado, The Fall of the House of Usher, and The Raven. Okay, so medyo mysterious na mystery yung mga sinusulat ni or isinulat ni Edgar Allan Poe. George Eliot, that's the pen name of Mary Ann Evans. Okay, so ginamit na pen name ni Mary Ann Evans naman ang George Eliot. And she wrote Middlemarch, Silas Marner, and The Mill on the Floss. Okay, and lastly, you have Robert Browning, Robert Browning, hindi po drowning, okay? Robert Browning was the husband of Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Elizabeth Barrett Browning was the author of How Do I Love Thee? Let Me Count the Ways. No? Isa sa mga pinaka-famous na romantic poems. Nakikita nyo ito sa inyong mga cards sa season's greetings, especially if it's the Valentine's Day. Sana all may ka-Valentine, no? His notable works included The Pied Piper of Hamelin. Okay, yan naman si Robert Browning. But then again, we were looking for letter C, Samuel Clemens, for question number 3. Maraming salamat K4ZT Vlog for sending us a super sticker dito po sa ating YouTube channel. Maraming salamat po. Okay, we move on with question number 4. Ang kahulugan ng a stitch in time saves 9 ay letter A, maagap, letter B, masayahin, letter C, malingap, or letter D, mahinay. Okay, what is our choice for question number 4? Number 4, what's your choice? Okay, ano po yung ating tumpak na choice for question number 4? Again, sa lahat ng ating mga first-timers, hello, welcome po. And kung hindi pa po kayo member ng Team Piaget, again, mag-send po ng message sa ating Facebook page kung saan po kayo nanonood ngayon, no? Para po kayo ay maging member ng Team Piaget, makahabol, mabalikan po lahat ng ating full-length videos at ma-download lahat ng ating mga files sa ating Team Piaget na group. Okay, number 4, ICAs. Tumpak kaya ang letter A. Okay, number 4. Ang kahulugan ng a stitch in time saves 9 ay letter A. Okay, so maagap, that means tatahiin mo, no? If you try to sew it, sew po, hindi sew, no? Yung S-E-W, when you pronounce that as sew. Kung kayo ay maagap sa pagtahi, then you can save more damage, no? You can save it from more damage, okay? So that's the meaning of a stitch in time saves 9. Solving a problem right away will prevent it from getting worse and more difficult to deal with later. So that means kahit na konti pa lamang or masyado maliit pa lamang yung crack, dapat ay minimend mo na siya, dapat ay inaayos na bago pa lumala yung problema. Parang kayo at yung jowa mo, no? Kung merong konting misunderstanding, dapat ay sinosolve bago pa lumaki yung problema, bago pa mapunta sa hiwalayan yung inyong problema. Okay? So, number 4, letter A is tumpak. We go to number 5. Okay, number 5, this is math. Mark's aquarium has length, width, and height of 10 cm, 8 cm, and 6 cm respectively. The volume of the aquarium is blank. Letter A, 240 cubic centimeters. Letter B, 420 cubic centimeters. Letter C, 144 cubic centimeters. Or letter D, 480 cubic centimeters. What do you think is the correct choice for number 5? Number 5, ano po yung inyong wild guess? What's your choice for question 5? Okay, number 5. Okay, number 5, I see a lot of letter D's. Tumpak kaya yung mga nag-letter D? Or ligwalkers kaya yung mga nag-letter D? Okay, number 5, letter D. Now you are given the length, width, and height of an aquarium, and you are asked for the volume. Very easy. No, volume is just length times width times height. And so you simply multiply all of this. 8 times 6 is 48. And of course, times 10, that will give you letter D, 480. Okay, so 480 cubic centimeters. Letter D is tumpak. Congratulations, self. Congratulate yourself if you got the right choice. Okay, so letter D for number 5. We go to number 6. Haiku is traditional Japanese poem consisting of blank. Letter A, 4 lines that rhyme with love as topic. Letter B, 8 lines ending in rhyming couplet with death as topic. Letter C, 3 lines totaling 17 syllables with nature as topic. Or letter D, lines of poetry in free verse with ordinary things as topic. Okay, what's your choice for number 6? Haiku. Okay, again, magpa-member na po kayo sa Team Pichet. I'm encouraging all of you magpa-member po kayo sa Team Pichet. Just send a message to our Facebook page. No? Hindi po siya kamahalan maging member ng Team Pichet. And of course, hindi po kayo magsisisi if you become a member of Team Pichet. Do not condone those people who are selling materials. Of course, hindi natin napipigilan minsan. May mga nagbibenta na materials. But of course, some materials may not be reliable. And of course, nagiging accessory kayo to the crime of violating our intellectual property. So, magpa-member po kayo sa Team Pichet, legit po na maging member. And matutulungan po kayo ng Gurong Pinoy. No? Until September 23 pa yung ating discussion. And of course, this is final coaching day 3. Meron pa tayong 3 araw for your classified files kung saan iisa-isahin natin lahat ng mga lumalabas sa LEP. Okay? Yes, Sir Jander, Saramillas Abukay. Good evening po. All right, number 6, ICCs. Ma'am Marilu Tamayaw Doma, maraming salamat po for the stars. Ganun din kay Ma'am Kim Casido Unagan. Maraming salamat po. Okay, number 6, when you say haiku or haiku, that would be letter C, 3 lines totaling 17 syllables with nature as topic. Okay, so that would be correct for question number 6. Now remember, there are 2 very famous poem styles in Japan. No? So these are all Japanese. Both of them are Japanese. You have haiku. This is a 3-line poem. Ito yung hinahanap natin kanina. The first line has 5 syllables. Second line has 7 syllables. Third line has 5 syllables for a total of 17 syllables. Now for your tanka or tanaka in Filipino, that would be 5777 for a total of 31 syllables. Okay, you have some examples there at the bottom. Maraming salamat, Sir Fitzgerald Almazon, for sending a super sticker dyan po sa ating YouTube channel. Thank you po. Okay, so again, yung ating pong hint dito, haiku is shorter while tanaka or tanka is longer. It has 5 lines totaling to 31 syllables. Okay, so usually I'd say haiku, tanaka, okay, tangaka. Now, tanka is longer. Okay, so do not be confused. Both of them would usually use nature as their topic. Okay, but again, haiku only has 3 lines totaling to 17 syllables, while tanaka has 5 lines totaling to 31 syllables. Okay, but then we were looking for letter C for number 6. We go to number 7. The predominance of extended families in the Philippines is traceable to blank. Letter A, fondness for children. Letter B, close family ties. Letter C, respect to elders. Or letter D, sentimental trait. Bakit maraming pamilya sa atin na meron pong extended families? Again, if you'd want to become a member of Team Piaget, kung kayo po ay nanonood sa ating Facebook page right now, mag-send po ng message, no? Mag-direct message po sa ating Facebook page. Ma'am Melcha Ligaspi, maraming salamat po for sending us a super sticker dyan po sa ating YouTube channel. Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Melcha. Thank you. Okay, what's your choice for number 7? Ma'am Maricar Sulat, thank you for sending us stars. Thank you po, ma'am. Si Ma'am Rio Manalo, isa na po sa ating mga LPTs, no? Sabi ni Ma'am Rio dito, LPT na po ako, Ma'am Team Piaget, pero nanonood pa rin po ako sa live mo. Nakakamiss. Hello po at namimiss din namin kayo, Ma'am Rio Manalo, isa sa ating mga LPTs na. MAPI Major, Ma'am Sheila De La Luna, yes, meron po tayong MAPI Major. So mag-send po kayo ng message still sa ating Facebook page. Ma'am Maricor, maraming salamat po for sending us stars. Okay, ano yung kadahilanan? Ano yung dahilan? Bakit marami sa atin ay may extended family sa Pilipinas? Okay, I see a lot of letter B's. And ang tumpak na choice is letter B. Okay, so tumpak po yan. A lot of us have extended families. When you say extended families, of course, ito po yung kabaliktaran ng ating nuclear family. Nuclear family that would just be the mother, the father, or the parents, plus the kids. No? So nuclear lamang, exclusive lamang for their family, the immediate family members. But when you say extended families, you have the lolos, the lolas, the titos, the titas, the cousins, and of course, the pets, no? Huwag natin kalimutan yung sa mga fur parents natin, meron pa tayong mga pets, okay? So lahat nandyan sa iisang compound or sometimes sa iisang bubong, sa iisang bahay, okay? And the very reason for this is, of course, the close family ties that we have as Filipinos. Very close-knit yung ating mga magkakapamilya, no? And of course, this has some advantages. Pero doon namang disadvantages. Merong iba, nagiging batugan, no? Matanda na, umaasa pa rin sa mga parents. Sana wag po kayong gano'n, no? Meron naman, of course, mas marami namang advantages. Of course, nagdadamayan yung magkakapamilya, napapagaan yung mga problema, especially pag may baby, no? Maraming tagabantay ng babies. Pag may module, maraming tagasagot ng module, okay? So, the reason for this, again, is letter B, close family ties. That's correct. Okay, we go to number 8. Anong uri ng panlapi ang ginagamit sa mga sumusunod na salita? Limutin, tukuran, suwagin. Letter A, kabilaan. Letter B, unlapi. Letter C, hulapi. Or letter D, gitlapi. What is your choice for number 8? Again, please do like, love, share our video, start a watch party, tag your friends, send us stars dyan po sa ating Facebook page, and of course, send us super chat, super stickers naman sa ating YouTube channel. And of course, I highly encourage you to become members of Team Piaget. Pwede pa rin po kayong humabol. Balikan po lahat ng ating full-length videos sa Team Piaget. 1 year ng full-length videos. Ang ating files nandun din. And sa ating YouTube channel naman, there's over 500 videos then that can help you pass the let. So mag-movie marathon, balikan po lahat ng ating videos. Sir Monino Ursal Jr., maraming salamat po for being one of our subscribers. Thank you po. Ma'am Els Faith Hope Bamba for sending us stars. Maraming salamat. Okay, number 8, ICCs. Okay, number 8, anong uri ng panlapi ang ginagamit sa mga sumusunod na salita? Of course, we have 3 different types, no? Meron kang unlapi, nakikita sa harapan na your prefix in English. Meron kang gitlapi, nasa gitna ng inyong salita. Meron kang hulapi, nasa hulihan ng inyong salita. If you have all these 3, you call that laguhan, no? So lahat ng uri ng panlapi mo nandyan, you'd call this laguhan. Now sa limutin po na word, ano po yung ating root word? Okay? Ano po yung root word dito? Anong payak na salita? Meron tayo sa limutin. Limutin. Gusto mong limutin siya pero hindi mo magawa. Ano po yung ating payak na salita? Ano yung root word nyo? Salimutin. Okay? Ano po yung root word ninyo? Salimutin? Mm-hmm. Okay, limot. That's correct, no? And so if your root word is limot, ano yung dinugtong? Okay, ano yung dinugtong or saan mo makikita yung dinugtong mong panlapi? Okay, so that's limot. And of course, yung dinugtong mo is ang panlapi na in at nakikita mo siya sa last part ng inyong salita. And so this would be hulapi. Sa tukuran, yung inyong root word ay tukod, di ba? Ang sa suwagin, ang inyong root word naman ay suwag. And so, the correct choice here would be letter C, hulapi. Nakikita sa hulihan ng inyong salita ang inyong panlapi. Okay? Wala ka namang panlapi sa unahan o wala kang unlapi, wala kang gitlapi. And so, hulapi po ang ating tumpak na choice. That's letter C. Letter C, hulapi for number 8. We move on with question number 9. Which is true of metalloids? Okay, this is also a very common science question. Marami itong lumalabas sa inyong Gen Ed. Letter A, conduct heat better than metals. Letter B, conduct heat and electricity less effectively than non-metals. Letter C, have properties of both metals and non-metals. Or letter D, conduct electricity better than metals. Okay, what's your choice for number 9? Again, if you are still not a member of Team Pichet, hindi pa po huli ang lahat, no? Pwede pa po kayong humabol na po kayo mga kaguro para po kayo ay maalagaan until the last minute, until the last day prior to your let, ay masubaybayan at mag-guide po kayo ng Gurong Pinoy. Mabalikan niyo po lahat ng ating full-length videos, lahat po ng files nandun po sa Team Pichet. Mag-send lamang po ng message sa ating Facebook page. And of course, para dire-diretso po, hindi po kayo mabitin sa inyong panunood sa ating review. Okay, number 9, ICCs. We are being asked about metalloids. Okay, so what is true or which is true about metalloids? The correct choice here, of course, would be letter C. They have properties of both metals and non-metals, hence the term metalloids. Okay, now remember, if you are looking at your periodic table of elements, makinig, no? Kadalasan po itong lumalabas sa ating licensure exam for teachers. Ang inyong metalloids, yung ating kaninang pinag-uusapan, ito po ay nakikita dito sa gitna. Ito, yung parang navy, na parang lumot yung kanyang kulay. Okay, so boron, silicon, germanium, etc. until tellurium, these are your metalloids. And again, sabi natin, yung metalloids mo would have properties of both metals and non-metals. Now, papunta sa right, papunta po dito, no, from carbon going that way, going to your column 18 dito, which are, of course, your noble gases. These are what you call your non-metals. Okay, so non-metals po itong lahat, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, etc. These are non-metals, including hydrogen. Hydrogen po is an example of a non-metal. And the rest of your elements here in your periodic table of elements, ito pong hindi included sa inyong metalloids at hindi included sa inyong non-metals, metals na po yung lahat, no? Kahit po dito sa lanthanide series mo, dito po nasa baba, ito po ay metals. Yung actinide series mo, ito po ay metals din. Another very common question, ano yung cocomelon? Another very common question with regard to your periodic table of elements, your LET also asks you about the father of the modern periodic table of elements. If that would be the question, who is your answer? Sino po yung father of the modern periodic table of elements? Okay, who will be your answer if that's the question? Okay, that's also a very common question in the licensure exam for teachers. Ma'am Susanita Mayari, maraming salamat po for sending us stars. Thank you. Sir John Mark and Cabo, maraming salamat po. Ma'am Sainel, Tagima Cruz, Enoch, maraming salamat po for sending us stars. Ganon din kay, okay, nabasa ko na pala kanina. Mhm. Mama Rejoice Lazaro Mangubat, maraming salamat po. Sir Jess or Ma'am Jess Rabasol, thank you. Okay, Mendeleev. Okay, so tumpak po yan, no? So, si Mendeleev po, Dmitry Mendeleev, to be exact, yan po yung ating father of the modern periodic table. Isa din po yan sa mga lumalabas na items sa ating licensure exam with regard to your periodic table of elements. Thank you so much, Sir RV Flores, for sending a super sticker dito po sa ating YouTube channel. Thank you so much po. Okay, now going back to your question again, ang tumpak na choice natin would be letter C, no? So whenever you say metalloids, those elements that you can find here in the middle or between your non-metals and your metals, our properties for them would also be both those of non-metals and metals. Okay, so your choice for number 9 is letter C. We move on with question number 10. Insulin is secreted by the blank. Letter A, pancreas. Letter B, kidney. Letter C, liver. Or letter D, intestine. What's your choice for number 10? Ano po ang ating tumpak na choice for question number 10? Maraming salamat, Ma'am Maricor Masculino, Ma'am Yellen Ramos Banzuelo, Ma'am Novi Grace Duma or Dooma, Ma'am Alma Joy Elmumar. Maraming salamat po for sending us stars. Thank you. Okay, number 10, letter A. Again, magpa-member na po kayo sa Team Piaget. Mag-send lamang po ng message sa ating Facebook page para po hindi kayo mabitin sa mga susunod nating araw. Meron pa po tayong 5 days, no? Final coaching 8 days po tayo. And of course, you have your classified files for 3 days. And so para dire-diretso po yung inyong panunood, mabalikan po lahat ng ating videos, makita po lahat ng ating files, ma-download. If you'd want to print, you can print them. Ay magpa-member na po sa Team Piaget. Mag-send lamang po ng message sa ating Facebook page. Diyan po sa Gurong Pinoy. Okay, number 10, I see a lot of letter A's. And of course, letter A is tumpak. No? So insulin is secreted by pancreas, particularly the part of your pancreas which you call the islets of Langerhans. Okay, islets of Langerhans. If you are a bio major, dapat alam mo that your pancreas, that part of your pancreas called your islets of Langerhans is the part that secretes insulin. Insulin, of course, hormone po ito na nagko-control ng inyong blood sugar level. Okay, so ito po yung ini-inject ng mga diabetic nating mga kaguro. Kung kayo ay merong diabetes, no, so nag-inject po sila ng insulin. Ito po yung nagpapababa ng inyong blood sugar level. Okay, so letter A for number 10. We move on with question number 11. He was called the Boy General because of his youth when he fought valiantly to defend Tirad Pass during the Philippine-American War. An officer and gentleman was inscribed by an American officer on the tombstone of blank. Letter A, Antonio Luna. Letter B, Emilio Aguinaldo. Letter C, Marcelo H. Del Pilar. Or letter D, Gregorio Del Pilar. What is our choice for number 11? Number 11 po, ano yung inyong choice, mga kaguro? Okay, what do you think is a correct choice for number 11? Okay, number 11, what is our choice? All right, question 11. What's our choice? Okay. I see samot-sari A, karamihan D. Alin kaya ang tumpak na choice for question number 11? Okay, number 11, what is your choice? All right, he was called a boy general because of his youth when he fought valiantly to defend Tirad Pass during the Philippine-American War. An officer and gentleman was inscribed by an American officer on the tombstone of, the correct choice, of course, is letter D, Gregorio del Pilar. Okay, so tumpak yang Letter D, no, si Goyo. Okay, so The Boy General. So ito po yung movie, no, starring Paulo Avellino as the Boy General. Okay, so letter D, Gregorio del Pilar ang ating tumpak na choice. Okay, we move on with question number 12. An ecosystem is the relationship between the physical and biological environments in a certain plane. Among desert ecosystems, the world's largest is letter A, Sahara, letter B, Gobi, letter C, Kalahari, or letter D, Chihuahua. Okay, what's your choice for number 12? This is still Gen Ed, no? So after number 20, Gen Ed is until 20. Then of course, we start with the Prof Ed. Sana hindi ko makalimutan mag-break tayo, no? Hindi kayo yung magbe-break. Tayo po ay magkakaroon ng restroom break. A few minutes of break bago tayo mag-continue with our Prof Ed. Okay, number 12, I see is the largest among your desert ecosystems would of course be letter A. That's your Sahara Desert. Okay, so looking at your map here, of all the deserts, you find the Sahara Desert right here. No? So Gobi, ito yung Gobi, maliit lamang siya. Kalahari ito, hindi na-include dito yung Chihuahua. No? So malamang mas maliit pa yung Chihuahua by the term Chihuahua. Okay, so letter A, Sahara would be your tumpak na choice. We move on with question number 13. The philosophy that advocates logical reasoning to prove the existence of the supreme being was popularized by letter A, Saint Peter the Great, letter B is Saint John the Baptist, letter C is Saint Thomas Aquinas, or letter D, Saint Jude the Apostle. Okay, who is our choice for number 13? Number 13, who do you think is the tumpak na choice? Okay. Question mark pa yung iba, no? Okay lang po yan. That's why we are having our review, no? So wag po kayong matakot magkamali sa ating pagre-review, sa buhay, sa pag-ibig, sa anumang larangan ng inyong buhay na wag pong matakot magkamali. No? Remember, making mistakes is one of the best ways of learning. And of course, making mistakes is part of your road to success. Okay? So, go lang ng go. Kahit magkamali, okay lang yan. Kahit naliligwak, okay lang yan. Push pa rin, no? Malapit na po yung ating licensure exam for teachers. Huwag panghinaan ng loob. Push lang ng push. Kaya mo yan self, no? Kahit mahirap ang buhay, okay lang po yan. Lahat ay mababago sa pamamagitan po ng inyong pagiging LPTs. Okay? So, push pa po. Okay, 13, I see a lot of letter C's. Okay? And of course, the correct choice dito would be letter C. St. Thomas Aquinas would be the correct choice. Okay, so St. Thomas Aquinas was an Italian philosopher and he has produced a major work, the Summa Theologica, an attempt to synthesize Aristotle's philosophy and writings of revelation. He is also referred to as the angelic doctor or the universal teacher, among other titles. St. Thomas Aquinas is a patron saint of the academics and students, no? Isa sa mga patron saints ng students and even the patron saints of schools, si St. Thomas Aquinas. Although there are other saints who are also considered patron saints. So even si Lasal, no? Considered din siya na patron saint of schools. Okay, so that's letter C, St. Thomas Aquinas for number 13. We go to number 14, ang pag-aaral ng mga tuntunin sa pagbaybay ng mga salita ay tinatawag na letter A, semantika, letter B, gramatika, letter C, ortografia, or letter D, sistema. What's your choice? Okay, what is our choice for 14? 14. Okay, I see C's. Ang galing niyo na mga kaguro, okay? Ako'y sobrang impressed at kayo ay sobrang magaling na. Okay, sa ating pagre-review, no? Ang dami ng tumpak, ang dami ng nakaka-100. Okay, so sa mga hindi pa nakaka-100, hindi pa masyadong satisfied sa kanilang score, meron pa po tayong 20 days, no? So wag pong i-waste yung time. Mag-aral po within those 20 days. Balikan po lahat ng ating video sa ating YouTube channel. Of course, dito po sa Team Piaget. Okay, 14, letter C's. And of course, letter C is correct. No? This is ortografia, pag-aaral ng mga tuntunin sa pagbaybay, spelling. No? So that's ortografia. Okay, so ang ortografiyang Filipino ay sining ng pagsulat ng mga salita na may tumpak na titik, alinsunod sa wastong gamit at wastong baybay. Semantika, no? Semantics ito, halos magkaparehas sila. Semantics mo would be in meaning, no? That's the meaning. Gramatika, that would be grammar. And sistema, this would be syntax, kung paano yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng mga salita para makabuo ka ng isang makabuluhang pangungusap. Okay, so letter C, ortografiya, yung ating hinahanap. We go to number 15. The lowest form of learning observed, especially among animals, is letter A, maturation, letter B, motivation, letter C, reinforcement, or letter D, conditioning. What is our choice? Okay, what's your choice for 15? Sa mga hindi pa nakaka-100, okay lang po yan, no? Push lang po ng push. Okay, I see these. Sa ating question 15. The lowest form of learning, no? So sabi, lowest form of learning observed especially sa ating mga animals. Okay, maturation, motivation, reinforcement, or conditioning. The correct choice, of course, would be letter D, conditioning. Alam nyo, ito yung ginawa ni Ivan Pavlov sa kanyang classical conditioning theory. Okay, so letter D, conditioning, yung ating hinahanap. Ito din yung ginagawa nyo sa inyong mga fur babies kung meron kayong mga alaga, no? So every time that they would follow your command, you would give them their reward, no, in the form of food para makondisyon sila that every time I do this, I would be receiving food. So conditioning po yung ating hinahanap for 15. We go to number 16. This is math, no? Which among the following is not a prime number? Letter A, 51. Letter B, 41. Letter C, 31. Or letter D, 11. Okay, what's your choice for 16? Number 16, what is our choice? Which is not a prime number? Of course, when you say prime number, ito po yung mga numbers na walang ibang factors, kundi 1 and itself, no? Kunwari, the number 2, wala na siyang ibang factor, kundi 2 times 1, no? So 2 and 1 only. Okay, so we call this a prime number. Yung hindi naman prime number, yung maraming ibang factors, that would be your composite numbers, no? Composite and prime numbers. Okay, so ano po yung ating tumpak na choice for number 16? I see a lot of letter A's and letter A's tumpak, no? Maliban sa 51 times 1, yung dalawa pa niyang factors are 3 and 17. Okay, so 3 times 17, yung dalawa pang factors. Now, that's a total of 4 factors for 51, and so 51 is not a prime number. Okay, so this is your sieve of Eratosthenes, no? And this would show you the different prime numbers. Makinig, lumalabas po sa let. Ilan yung prime numbers meron from 1 to 100? What will be your answer? Okay? How many prime numbers are there from 1 to 100? Okay, so again, how many prime numbers are there from 1 to 100? Kasi yan po ay isa sa mga pinaka-common na questions sa inyong licensure exam pertaining to your prime numbers. Okay, 25. Tumpak po yan. So you have 25 prime numbers. Isa pa sa 25 prime numbers from 1 to 100. Isa pa sa common question is, what is the largest prime number less than 100? No, largest na prime number less than 100. And so yung inyo pong magiging choice doon would be the number 97. Okay, so 97. Yun po yung mga common questions natin regarding prime numbers. So tandaan, okay? But for number 16, 51, letter A is tumpak. We go to number 17. Sa Batangas ay mabana. Sana ay tama ang aking pagkakabigkas. Sa Bulacan ay maalinsangan. Sa Rizal ay banginit. Ay mga halimbawa ng letter A, lalawiganin, letter B, kolokyal, letter C, talinghaga, or letter D, pambansa. Okay, what's your choice? Number 17. Number 17. Ano po ang ating tumpak na choice? Ito ay halimbawa ng ano? Mabanas, malinsangan, banginit. Sa Ilonggo, for example, kainit, kapaang. Mhm. Ano ito sa inyong dialekto? Okay, sa amin kainit, kapaang, kaginot. Okay, sa inyo pong dialect, ano ito? Okay, see a lot of letter A's for number 17. Kaigang, nagpudot. Ay, grabe, saan yan? Anong lingwahe or anong dialekto po yan? Napaso, nagbara, okay. Napapato, itawis, tama ba? Mayaw, inmeranaw, kaigang, alimuot, ang pitang, maganot, maalingaot, nagpudot. Okay, so bongga yung mga terms, no? Igang, alimuot. Okay, and of course, you know, as you can see, no, iba-iba yung ating salita or iba-iba yung ating word according sa ating lugar, no? And so we call this letter A, lalawiganin. Okay, so lalawiganin po yung ating hinahanap, no? So this is an example of lalawiganin. Sa iba-ibang lalawigan, iba ang salita for a certain object or for a certain phenomenon in this case. Okay, hindi po siya kolokyal, talinghaga, or pambansa. Let's take a look at the different levels ng antas ng wika. Okay, so unang-una, makinig. Makinig na po ng mabuti. Ito po ay lumalabas sa inyong let, no? So, the different antas ng wika, iba-ibang level or antas ng wika. Number 1 dito ay balbal. Ito ang pinakamababang antas kung saan ang mga salita ay may katumbas na slang, no? Slang in English. Ito ang wika na karaniwang ginagamit sa lansangan, no? Wikang pangkalye. Mga halimbawa, gurang for matanda, utol for kapatid, atag for bata, kana, kano for Amerikana, Amerikano, yosi or sigarilyo, no? Jowa, okay? Ano pa ba? Junjun, okay? Yung halos yung mga gay lingo, no? Kabilang na siya ng balbal. All right, so number 1, that would be balbal. Next one, number 2, kolokyal. Ito ang mga salitang ginagamit sa pang-araw-araw pero may kagaspangan. So ginagamit na siya pang-araw-araw, mas common siya kaysa sa balbal, meron pa rin naman siyang konting kagaspangan. Okay, maaari ring ang pagpapaikli ng dalawang salita ay mauuri sa antas na ito. Halimbawa, I want, okay? Tana for tayo na, naron for naroon, nasan for nasaan, and kanya-kanya, okay? For kani-kaniya. Okay, so that would be, o yun, Marites, alam na alam nyo Afam, tama po yan. No? So balbal po sila, Jejimon in modern. Erpat, okay, so those are balbal. But kolokyal, mas mataas na siya kaysa balbal, ginagamit pang araw-araw, may konti pa rin kagaspangan. Okay, hindi pa rin siya masyadong formal. Now next, lalawiganin or panlalawigan. Ito po yung ating tumpak na choice kanina. Itong mga dialekto sa bansa, kaya kayo ay aking tinanong, ano ito sa inyong dialekto? Ano ito sa inyong dialect, no? Gabi for gabi, pungko for upo, palanggaa for mahal, kalamunding for kalamansi, and tindog for tayo. Ito yung mga sahiligay nun, okay? So, iba't iba yung inyong word for a certain thing or a certain phenomenon based on the dialects. Okay, so that's lalawigan or panlalawigan or lalawiganin. Number 4, pambansa or lingua franca. Ito, of course, would be Tagalog for us, Filipino. Ito ang mga salita na ginagamit sa paaralan at pamahalaan. Ito rin ang mga salitang ginagamit sa aklat. So ito ay formal na level na according to your different antas ng wika. Halimbawa, ama, anak, sambayanan, eksperto, pagsusulit, kapamilya, kapatid, kapuso. Okay? So, ito po ay mga pambansang level na, no? Pambansang antas na ng wika, lingua franca, na iintindihan na ng lahat. No? So, kung kayo, kunwari ay naging OFW, iba-iba yung pinanggalingan yung lalawigan at kayo ay napunta sa, for example, in Hong Kong or in Saudi, iba-iba yung pinanggalingan yung lalawigan sa ating bansa. Pag nakita kayo doon, yung ginagamit yung salita, yung ginagamit yung sa pag-uusap would already be your wikang pambansa or lingua franca na intindihan ng lahat. Okay, so ito yung ginagamit sa paaralan, pamahalaan, at sa mga aklat. Okay? Next one, last one, pampanitikan. Ito ang mga salita na ginagamit sa sining. Ito ang mga salitang mabulaklak at matatalinghaga na ginagamit ng isang manunulat. For example dito, ilaw ng tahanan, kabiyak ng dibdib, no? So matatalinghagang salita, yung ating pampanitikan. Okay? So, but then again, we're looking for letter A, lalawiganin for this item. Nagkaon, nakapalangga. Okay. Aba, feel na feel nyo, mapalangga, gugma, love. Okay, we go to number 18. Okay, this one is also a very common question sa LEP. Iba-iba lang yung mga words, pero ito po ay palaging lumalabas. So, if you have misplaced blank manual, I will be glad to lend you blank. Letter A, my, mine. Letter B, my, yours. Letter C, your, yours. Or letter D, your, mine. Na all may bebe. Wala pa palangga. Okay, so ganyan dapat, no? Hungiti. Hungiti ko palangga, be. Ay, Sir Bint or Ma'am Bint, final coaching na po yung ating ginagawa. Okay, day 3 na po ito ng ating final coaching. Okay. I see letter D. So, ganyan dapat mga kaguro, no? Wag pong nagmamaktol, wag pong sad kapag po tayo ay magre-review. Dapat ay happy tayo para mas ganado tayo, no? Mas ganado tayong mag-review. All right, 18, I see a lot of letter D's, and the correct choice, of course, is letter D. If you have misplaced your manual, I will be glad to lend you mine. Okay, so letter D for number 18. Number 19. Mahatma Gandhi, an icon of nonviolence, said, "There go my people. I must hasten to follow them, for I am their leader." The quotation refers to leadership by blank. Letter A, coercion. Letter B, popularity. Letter C, example. Or letter D, command. Okay, what is our choice for number 19? Number 19. Oh, medyo karambola tayo sa number 19 . May C, D, may B. Karamihan ay C. Okay, sabi ng number 19 mo, si Mahatma Gandhi, of course, no, si Bapu, the father of India before, no? Of course, patay na siya, in-assassinate siya. He was an icon of nonviolence. Hindi siya violenting tao. What he would do usually is he would go fasting, no? Nagpapuasa siya as a form of resistance, as a form of protest. There go my people, sabi niya. I must hasten to follow them, for I am their leader. Now, as you can see in this part right here, follow them, for I am their leader. And so, whenever you are talking about leadership, according to Mahatma Gandhi, it should be by example, because as a leader, he would also follow them. So that means dapat ay a good example ka as a leader para ikaw ay i-follow nila. Dapat ikaw nagfo-follow din sa inyong constituents. Okay, so letter C for number 19, not by command, popularity, not by coercion. No? Sa coercion and command, halos magkaparehas po yan, pero coercion would be of a higher degree. No? So, coercion, pinipilit mo na siya, may puwersa na. No? So, instead of command na ikaw ay nagmamando lamang. Okay, so example po yung ating hinahanap. Number 20. Perform the operation and reduce to simplest form 3x minus the quantity 2y minus 4x plus 6y. Is it letter A, B, C, or D? Okay, what's your choice for number 20? Ligwak, next na kaagad. No? Kapag kaligwak, next na kaagad. Ganyan dapat. Kapag kaligwak, move on na kaagad. 20 ICBs. Okay, tumpak kaya ang letter B. This is the last one for Gen Ed tonight. Okay, so again, you have 3x minus the quantity 2y minus 4x plus 6y. Now again, if you have this would mean minus 1 times the quantity 2y minus 4x. Okay, so we imagine that there is 1 here. Now there's a number 1 here. And so we have 3x, negative 1 times positive 2y. That would give you negative 2y. Negative 1 times negative 4x. That would give you positive 4x. plus 6y. Okay, so kokopyahin mo lamang to, kokopyahin mo to, you distribute your negative 1, and so you have this, no, as your equation now. Now, as you can see, there are some things that you can combine like terms. You have 3x plus 4x. So 3 plus 4, that would give you 7x. Then you have negative 2y plus 6y, that would give you positive 4y. And so the correct choice is letter B. Okay, letter B for number 20 is 7x plus 4y ang ating tumpak na choice. Hindi po letter C. Facebook user na late, okay lang po yan. Balikan po lahat. Later, no? Balikan na lamang po. All right, for number 20, letter B ang ating tumpak na choice, and that would be the end of our Gen Ed tonight. As promised, let's all have a 2-minute break. Okay, so mag-restroom muna. Inom muna. Ayan, si Ma'am Romilyn nangunguna. Sabi ni Ma'am Romilyn, break time. Okay, mag-break time muna tayo. We'll be back. Okay, we move on. Okay na po ba? Ayon. Okay, we go to your professional education. Okay, so punta na po tayo ng Prof Ed. Alright, unang-una, in Piaget's concrete operational stage in cognitive development, which refers to the ability of the child to perceive different features of objects and situations. For example, toughness in stone, elasticity in rubber, etc. Letter A, decentering. Letter B, seriation. Letter C, classification. Or letter D, egocentrism. Okay? Since this is already Prof Ed, maghanap tayo ng hint. Okay? Ano po yung pinaka-hint nyo for question number 21? Number 21, ano po yung hint natin? If you can choose one word, may isang word dyan na po pwede nyo gamitin para maging hint nyo. Okay, for number 21, what's your hint? I see a lot of, okay, a lot of letter A's sa ating comment box. What's your hint? Okay, for number 21. Different features. Okay, so tama po yan, no? Different. Yan po yung pinaka-hint nyo dyan, no? If you are going to choose just one term, tama po si Facebook user, that would be the term different. So, iba-ibang features, iba-ibang characteristic ay nakikita mo na, no? So, different features of objects and situations nakikita mo. That means, hindi ka nakatuon lamang ng atensyon sa isang characteristic. And so, the correct choice here would be decentering, the opposite of your centration. Remember, yung centration mo, isang aspeto lamang, isang characteristic lamang tinitingnan ng bata. Now, since the child can already see the different features, this would already be decentering, no? The opposite of centration. Remember, yung seriation mo naman, this came from the term series. Okay, so series na pagkakasunod-sunod from the beginning until the end, kunwari ng inyong Korean series, no? From the smallest to the largest, from the shortest to the longest, that's your seriation. Classification, of course, this means you can classify, you can group them. Okay, so kunwari, if you try to classify objects based on their color, so lahat ng mga red, magkakasama, lahat ng mga green, lahat ng mga blue, magkakasama, lahat ng mga yellow, magkakasama ng classification. Of course, egocentrism naman, the child is very selfish. Yung iniisip ng bata, kung ano yung nakikita niya, kung anong iniisip niya, ganun din yung ginagawa ng ibang tao. Okay? And so, letter A for number 21. We go to number 22. In Piaget's concrete operational stage in cognitive development, which refers to the ability to order or arrange things logically based on dimensions, such as weight, volume, or size. Letter A, conservation. Letter B, reversibility. Letter C, seriation. Or letter D, classification. Now, if you can choose your hints, what will be your hint? Okay, what will be your hint sa inyong number 22? So, ganyan dapat yung ating gagawin kapag ka-Prof Ed, maghanap ng hint sa inyong question. Okay, ano po yung inyong hint? Sabi ni Ma'am Maureen Temario, arrange, to arrange. Ganun din sabi ni Sir Renzo. Okay, Facebook user is si Ma'am Elizabeth, ability to arrange or order. Okay, so tama po yan, no? Arrange things, ability to order or arrange things logically. So which one would be your correct choice based sa atin pong hint? Your choice, of course, would be letter C, seriation, from the term series, no? Series. Pagkakasunod-sunod. Conservation, ito po yung para siyang decentration. No? So alam mo na kahit na ilipat mo siya sa isang lalagyan na mas matangkad, kunwari, ganun pa rin yung kanyang amount. Okay? So that's conservation. Reversibility, na babaliktad mo na. No? For example, yung you know that subtraction is the opposite of your, or the reverse of your addition. Your classification, of course, we've already talked about this a while ago. Na? So you can classify objects based on their different characteristics. Letter C, seriation, is tumpak. We go to number 23. Of the following classroom activities, which best relates to child's visual learning and development? Letter A, drawing and coloring. Letter B, singing and acting. Letter C, textbook reading. Or letter D, games and sports. Okay, what's your choice for number 23? What would be your hint? Hint natin for number 23. What's your hint for number 23? Okay, sabi ni Ma'am Marisa Salilin, drawing and coloring, visual, no? Visual learning. Visual, sabi ni Facebook user, visual. Okay, visual learning. Sabi ni Ma'am Janina Gaspar, visual learning. Ni Ma'am Hannah, visual and development. Okay, so tama po yan, visual learning and development. So that means this activity should be using the eyes since you have the term visual, and this should be a form of development. So that means it would take some time of practice, no, para siya ay ma-develop. And ang correct choice ninyo dito would be letter A, drawing and coloring. No? So ito yung unang-una nating ginagawa whenever you have a child, especially sa daycare, preschool, no, kindergarten, yung child, for visual learning and development, you'll have drawing and coloring. Okay, so until naman kahit na grade school na yung bata, kahit na nasa high school na yung bata, po pwede pa rin naman yung drawing and coloring. Letter A, not singing and acting, textbook reading is not just about visual, no? So hindi lamang po yung reading mo kasi it would also already involve the mind, no? May cognition na, may cognitive na. Games and sports, halos magkaparehas sila ng inyong letter B. So B and D are similar. Okay, a letter C would already involve not just visual, not just the eyes, but already the mind. And so letter A po yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to number 24. Rene exhibits fear response to freely roaming dogs, but does not show fear when a dog is on a leash or confined to a pen. When conditioning process or which conditioning process is illustrated. Letter A, discrimination. Letter B, extinction. Letter C, generalization, or letter D, acquisition. What's your choice for 24? Number 24 po, what is our choice? Okay. Ano po yung ating choice for question number 24? Number 24, ICAs. Tumpak kaya itong letter A natin. Okay, a lot of letter A's for number 24. And of course, letter A ang ating tumpak na choice. Kasi sabi ng number 24 mo, he exhibits fear response. Okay, so natatakot siya sa freely roaming dogs. Kapag yung dogs would be free, ay natatakot siya. But does not show fear when a dog is on a leash. Kapag nakatali yung dog, or confined to a pen, no, nasa kulungan, ay hindi siya natatakot. Hindi siya takot sa lahat ng klase ng aso, natatakot lamang siya sa freely roaming dogs. And so, he already knows how to discriminate. Okay, yung pagkakaiba ng klase ng dogs niya. It's either natatakot siya kapag roaming yung dogs, or hindi siya takot kapag nasa pen, nasa kulungan, or nakatali yung dog. So this would be discrimination. Generalization is the opposite. No? Opposite po yan ng discrimination. Ang inyong letter C, generalization, sa lahat ng klase ng dog, ay takot siya kahit kay Snoopy, kahit kay Blue sa Blue's Clues, no? Even if the dog is very cute, even if the dog is just a Chihuahua, Shih Tzu, takot siya, no? So that's generalization. Acquisition and extinction, opposite din po sila, no? Acquisition from the term acquire, yung una kang nagkaroon ng response, no? Certain response. And extinction is when the response, the response has already ceased, nawala na yung response, no? Nawala na siya. For example, no, nung una kang naglaway sa kanya, nung una kang kinilig, nung una kang naihi, nung nakita mo siya, that would be acquisition. No? When the first time that you have acquired a certain response to your stimulus, that would be acquisition. So yung unang tibok ng puso, unang pagkaihi, unang pagkakilig, no? Unang pagkalaway, okay? So that's acquisition. Pero nung nag-break na kayo, for example, at hindi ka na ngayon kinikilig, hindi ka na naglalaway, hindi ka na ihi, that's already going to be extinction, okay? So that's extinction na. Unang asing kilig. Okay, sabi ni Ma'am Ronaldine. Alright, so again, your discrimination, generalization are opposites, and extinction and acquisition are also opposites. Grabe yung pagkaihi. Hindi ba kayo naihi? Okay, so okay lang. Kinilig lang kayo naman. Okay, aminin nyo na. Alright, we go to number 25. How will you interpret a student's 80% percentile score? The student scored blank. Letter A, higher than 80% of the members of the group. Letter B, better relative to the competencies targeted. Letter C, high in all the skills being tested. Or letter D, 80% of the specified content. unang halik, unang kilig. Ayun, pag nag-break discrimination na, extinction na pag nag-break, no? Hindi ka na kinikilig. All right, what's your choice for question 25? 25, I see A's. All right, now again for number 25, kapag sinabi mong percentile score, you already have a hint, that's your hint, that this would be your norm reference. Okay, so norm reference siya. That means your score is going to be compared to the scores of the other students, no? So because this is norm referencing, that's percentile ranking na siya, no? Now, as you can see, B, C, D are all criterion. Criterion siya, sabi ng letter B mo, competencies. These are your criteria. Letter C, all the skills. That's also your criteria. Letter D naman, specified content. That's also your criteria. And so, letter A lamang yung ating tumpak na choice. Now, higher than 80% of the members of the group. Now, if the rest of your choices are also talking about norm referencing, hanapin niyo po yung higher, no? Higher than, better than, okay? Yan po yung inyong hint, higher than 80%, better than 80%. No? Yun yung magiging hint nyo when you try to choose your correct choice if the rest of your choices are also talking about criterion referencing. But in this case here, sa 25 mo, only letter A talks about criterion referencing. B, C, and D are all, no. I mean, letter A only would be talking about norm referencing. B, C, and D are all criterion referencing. Okay, so ligwak itong B, C, Ds. Your correct choice is letter A. We go to number 26. A negative discrimination index means more from the lower group answer the test item correctly. Letter B, more from the upper group answer the test item correctly. Letter C, the test item could not discriminate between the upper and the lower group. Or letter D, the test item has a low reliability. What is our choice? Okay, number 26, negative, yung inyong discrimination. So what's your choice? Remember, whenever you talk about your discrimination index, okay, pag sinabi mong discrimination index, this is an index for you to compare your groups of students. Meron ka kasing upper group, ito yung estudyante mo na matatalino. Meron ka namang lower group, no? Ito yung mga, those people who need help. Yung ginagamit natin term usually, yung mga bobbits, okay? So, joke lamang po yan, no? Para lang ma-distinguish natin sila. So again, discrimination index, this is used for you to compare the performance of your two groups. The upper group, yung matatalino, at the lower group, yung mga medyo mahihina. So ngayon, pag negative yung discrimination index mo, anong ibig sabihin nito? Anong ibig sabihin? And of course, the correct choice, tumpak po kayo, that would be letter A. More from the lower group answered the test item correctly. No? So, letter A, ang tumpak na choice. That means, mas marami sa mga medyo bobbits yung nakakuha ng test item correctly. Tumama yung mga sagot ng mga bobbits, mali naman yung sagot ng mga matatalino. And so, negative yung discrimination index mo, that means may mali sa inyong item. No? If that's the case, what we do is we discard the item. Remember, isa siya sa mga naging question natin last time yata, no? I-discard mo yung item kapag yun po yung nangyari. Now, you also cannot choose letter D dahil sabi ng letter D, the test item has low reliability. Pwedeng tama ito pag sinabi mong the test item has low validity. Okay? But hindi reliability. Reliability is how consistent the scores are. Kapag binigay mo ulit yung test, ganun pa rin yung score nila, that would mean that there is reliability, no? Mataas yung reliability ng test mo. Okay? So, letter A po for number 26. We go, ayan, bobbits. Okay, sabi ko nga, bobbits, term lang yan, no? Hindi naman natin, just to distinguish the groups of students. Number 27, among unit plan components, to what cluster do models, replicas, charts, graphs, and specimens belong? Letter A, objectives. Letter B, evaluation. Letter C, learning activities. Or letter D, resources and materials. Okay, what's your choice? Bakit may mga terms na kayong cute dyan? Kasing cute ni ganito, kasing cute ni ganyan. May nagkaka-develop pa na ba? Pagkatapos ng review, hindi ka lang naging LPT, nagka-jowa ka pa. Okay? All right, number 27, what's your choice? 27, letter D. Okay, so models, replicas, charts, graphs, specimens, of course, ang correct choice natin would be letter D. Okay, so tumpak po yung letter D. Resources and materials. Now, objectives mo, these are the things that you write sa inyong lesson plan. At the end of the period, the student should be able to know your objectives, your hits, your targets, your goals. Yung evaluation mo, this would be your tests. Okay, so ito na yung test mo, ibibigay mo sa kanila at the end of your lesson. Learning activities, these are the different things that you would ask your students to do. No? So, yung nahanap po natin ay letter D for number 27. We move on with number 28. Piagetian stage characterized by the development of logical operations for seriation, classification, and conservation. Thinking is tied to real events and objects. Letter A, concrete operations. Letter B, formal operations. Letter C, pre-operations. Or letter D, sensory motor. Okay? Again, maghanap po ng hint. Hindi po ng jowa, maghanap po ng hint. Okay? So, kung kayo ay maghahanap ng hint sa ating number 28, ano po yung ating magiging hint? Mm-hmm. Claim nyo nang may jowa daw kayo sa September. Number 28, what's your choice? Alright, I see a lot of letter A's. Ano yung ginamit yung hint? Ayun, sabi ni Facebook user, real events. Mm-hmm. Logical operation. Yung iba sa inyo, logical operation. Logical operations, logical operations. Sabi ni Ma'am Marisa sa Lillian, real events. Ganon din sabi ni Ma'am Emerlyn Merano, real events. Facebook user says seriation, etc. Real events, no? Yung pinaka-hint nyo dito would be real events. Totoong bagay, real events and objects. Okay? And so, the correct hint here, or the correct choice here, would be concrete operations, letter A. Kasi yung inyo pong hint is real objects. Concrete objects, okay? So, real events, real objects, letter A, concrete operations. Remember, your concrete, konkretong bagay, yung nahahawakan, nadidilaan, no, naaamoy, alright, so nasisipat, yan yung inyong concrete objects. Okay, so letter A po, yung ating nahanap for number 28. Now remember, ito po yung mga stages no, ng cognitive development theory ni Piaget. Sensory motor, pre-operational, concrete operational, and formal operational. So again, sensory motor mo, this from birth to 2 years, the senses are used, and of course, motor development happens, no? And then pre-operational mo, this is from 2 to 6 years old, so preschooler yung bata dito. Symbolic thinking, napaka-wild ng imagination ng bata, nagiging diwata, no? Nagiging si Darna, for example, nagiging si Superman yung bata, egocentric siya, imagination and experience grows. And meron pa siyang centration, no? So, may centration pa siya dito. 7 to 11 years old, concrete operational. Ito po yung ating hinahanap. Logic is applied. So, paunti-unti, na-develop na yung logic ng bata. But you have to use, again, concrete objects, real objects. Conservation happens. There's seriation, no? May classification. These are some of the skills that your child can do during this point. And of course, yung last stage mo would be formal operational, abstract thinking na. Yung nangyayari sa inyong formal operational. Okay? So your correct choice would be letter A. Ano naman naiisip nyo sa nadidilaan? Alright, we move on with question number 29. In the implementation of the curriculum at the classroom level, effective strategies are called green. Which of the following belong to the green flag? Letter A, rigidity of movement. Letter B, student interest and teacher enthusiasm. Letter C, excess in chalkboard talk. Or letter D, homogeneous students grouping. What's your choice? Okay, so yung hinahanap natin again would be the green flags. Okay, when you say green, of course, these are the things that you should do inside your classroom. No? So, mga magagandang ginagawa sa loob ng classroom. So, which of the following here belongs to your green flag? Mhm. All right, I see a lot of letter B's. And of course, letter B is tumpak no student interest. Dapat interesado yung student mo. And dapat enthusiastic yung teacher. Okay, so parang tayo dito, no? Teacher enthusiasm and student interest. Letter B is correct. Rigidity of movement, no? That means very rigid, walang freedom yung mga bata, no? Very stiff yung movement inside the classroom. Letter C dito, excess. Ito yung nagpamali sa letter C mo, excess in chalkboard talk. Okay, so maraming chalkboard talk. That means kinakausap ni teacher yung chalkboard and it is excessive. No? Palagi niyang kaharap yung chalkboard. Maaaring pakopya si teacher, lecture type yung ginagawa ni teacher. And letter D naman, homogeneous. Homo, remember, means the same. Okay, so the same yung students grouping mo, hindi mo pinapaiba-iba yung grouping. No? So that means nilalagay mo sa isang grupo yung mga matatalino, nilalagay mo sa isang grupo yung mga bobits, at nilalagay mo sa isang grupo yung mga average, no? Which is not good. Dapat heterogeneous sila. Dapat mix sila para nga merong makakatulong sa mga bobits, ay mga bobits ay ma-encourage, for example, at meron din mga magiging leader, yung mga matatalino mo naman ay magiging leader. Okay? So letter B for number 29. We go to number 30, which is true when standard deviation is high. Letter A, scores are tightly bunched together. Letter B, the bell curve is relatively flat. Letter C, scores are toward both extremes. Or letter D, scores are spread out. Okay, what's your choice for 30? Mm-hmm. Number 30, I see these. So for number 30 here, we are talking about standard deviation. Now remember, your standard deviation is one measure of variability, pagkakaiba-iba ng scores ng inyong estudyante. Measure of dispersion, kung gaano ka-spread apart ang scores ng inyong estudyante, no? So that's standard deviation. And so kapag mataas ang standard deviation, this means tama po yung letter D, no? Scores are spread out, okay? Now remember, standard deviation shows the variation in data. If data is close together, standard deviation will be small. If data is spread out, the standard deviation will be large. So ito kanina yung ating question, standard deviation is high. So that means the scores are spread out. Standard deviation is often denoted by the lowercase Greek letter sigma. Okay, so sigma yung ginagamit na representation ng inyong standard deviation. So again, your choice is letter D for number 30. We go to number 31. In the revised basic education curriculum, what is a basic tool subject and essential learning areas in addition to Filipino, English, and science? Letter A, music. Letter B, Philippine culture. Letter C, mathematics. Or letter D, physical education. Okay, what's your choice? Number 31, napakasimple lamang ng kanyang tanong, no? Parang pinaikot-ikot lang niya, nilagyan niya ng mabulaklaking pananalita, mabulaklaking words, but it's actually a very, very simple question. Yung pinaka-question lang niya sa 31 is, ano pa yung isang basic subject, no? Isang major subject, basic tool subject, no? So that means major subject siya. In addition to Filipino, English, and science, ano pa yung inyong major subject sa school, sa inyong RBEC, Revised Basic Education Curriculum. Okay, so 31 letter C ang inyong choice, and of course letter C ang tumpak na choice, no? So Filipino, English, mathematics, and science. Okay, so yan po yung ating mga basic tool subjects or what we call your major subjects in the RBEC. Okay, so hindi po music, Philippine culture, physical education, sila po ay mga minor subjects. Basic lang daw yung math, nakita kong comment. Okay, number 32. In science teaching, what can be classified as self-directed strategies in knowing concepts, principles, and innovations? Letter A, field trips. Letter B, realia. Letter C, project. Or letter D, role playing. If you can choose some hints sa ating number 32, ano po yung mga hints ninyo? Okay, ano po yung mga hints ninyo sa number 32? Number 32, what are some of your hints? Okay, I see a lot of letter C's for number 32. Ano yung hint ninyo? Bakit letter C yung inyong, ayon, self-directed, sabi ni Ma'am Etinaj N. Ma'am Christine Joy Masilungan, self-directed. Ma'am Joan or Joanne Garcia. Sir Ricky Molina, yes, self-directed. Okay, so maraming nagsasabi self-directed. All right, so aside from self-directed, you also have the term, ayon, Facebook user says innovation. No? So aside sa self-directed, innovation din po. Isa din sa inyong hint dito, innovation. Okay, so self-directed siya. That means ikaw yung may choice as the student, and you can also innovate. No, you build something new. You create. Okay, it's a form of creating. It's a form of synthesis. And so the correct choice here is letter C. It's a project. It's something that you do on your own. It is self-directed, and of course, you can innovate by building something new through your project. Now, it's not a field trip. Realia. Ang realia mo, these are some of the materials that you can use when you are teaching your students. When you say realia, these are real-life objects like coins, yung mga stamps, yung mga jars, yung mga specimens mo. These are parts of your realia. Not role-playing. Okay? So, project, ang ating tumpak na choice. We go, ayan. Sabi ni Ma'am Lorely Pulmano ng elementary floor wax yung project nila. Number 33, increasing the time for basic subjects to facilitate culturation of basic literacy by providing basic and needed essential skills is anchored on the philosophy of letter A, reconstructionism, letter B, perennialism, letter C, essentialism, or letter D, progressivism. What's your choice for number 33? Okay, ang dami mong hint dito sa number 33, no? Yung hint mo paulit-ulit. Isinaksak na sa baga mo paulit-ulit. Kung ikaw ay ayon, sabi ni Ma'am Renalyn ba 'yon? Hindi ko kasi masyado makita yung comments niyo minsan kasi mabilis, no? Marami kayong nagko-comment. Si Ma'am Renalyn yata yung nagsabi. Sabi ni Ma'am Renalyn, saksak no, lunod daw sa term na basic. Ayan, ang daming term na basic. Okay, so back to the basics. And so you know, and also essential, no, basic and essential. And so you know that this should be letter C, essentialism. No, essentialism po ang ating tumpak na choice. Now, if you still have not watched your Isms of Education, no, Let 2020 po yung nakalagay sa thumbnail niya, but of course, it still is true. You can still watch our Isms of Education. Nasa YouTube channel po natin ito. Balikan niyo po lahat ng Isms of Education para po mas maliwanagan kayo, no? Inisa-isa po natin doon lahat ng Isms of Education. So, tingnan niyo po itong lahat, okay? So, that's found on our YouTube channel na Isms of Education. I-type niyo lamang po Gurong Pinoy, Isms of Education. And of course, balikan po lahat ng ating mga videos. Okay? Now remember, reconstructionism, usually we say social reconstructionism. Kapag social reconstructionism naman, you are teaching your students how to make society, how to improve the society into something better. No? So social reconstructionism, yung focus are social problems at kung paano masosolve yung mga social problems mo. Perennialism, again, the term perennial is perennial means unchanging, no, forever. So kung kayo at yung jowa mo forever, you can say my forever kayo or my perennial kayo. It does not change, no? So perennialism, it's unchanging truth. And progressivism naman, these are modern day methods of teaching. No? So yung mga modern day methods of teaching nyo, multiple intelligences, individual differences, special education, lahat ng yan ay kasali na sa progressivism. Okay, so letter C for number 33. We go to number 34, isms pa rin. Mrs. Karen Kims asks her fourth-year high school son what course he would like to take. She is in a little way applying letter A, perennialism, letter B, essentialism, letter C, progressivism, or letter D, existentialism. Okay, so what's your choice for number 34? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what's your choice? Number 34? Si number 34 dito, si Mrs. Karen Kims is a very cool mom. Okay, so sabi niya, fourth year high school na yung son niya, what would you like to take? Okay, so kunwari magsi-senior high school na, anong gusto mong strand, no? Would you like to be in the STEM strand, sa UMS, or so whatever strand pa, no? STEC Voc. She is in a little way applying letter. Okay, so tumpak yung choice niyo. Letter D, this is existentialism na existentialism. Remember, existence, sabi ni Sir Larry, freedom of choice. Okay, so the child has a freedom. The child has freedom. The child can choose whatever he or she would want to take, whatever he or she would want to be. But of course, remember, kaagapay ng freedom na yan ay ang responsibility. No? Sabi nga ni Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. With freedom of choice sa inyong existentialism comes responsibility. So dapat maging responsable din yung bata sa kung anong kahihinatnan niya based sa kanyang naging choice. Okay, that's existentialism. All right, the rest of this we've already talked about in our previous item. We go to number 35, involving students in extension activities such as community projects, make them aware of people's needs and problems, suggest ways to minimize them, if not totally solve them, is identified with. Okay, I've mentioned this a while ago. Letter A, social realism. Letter B, social reconstructionism. Letter B, social philosophy. Or letter D, social responsibility. Okay? Kani-kanina lamang na mention ko ito, no, kung aling ism ito. Okay, ano yung focus of this ism. Alright, so tama po yan, no? I see a lot of letter B's. And of course, letter B, ang tumpak na choice natin, social reconstructionism. Okay, social reconstructionism dito. You are teaching the child, you are teaching the students how to solve your problems in the society, so social problems. That would be social reconstructionism, making the society or building the society into something better. Okay, so letter B for 35. Number 36, Violeta goes with her mother in school. She enjoys the workplace of her mother. Which of the following ecological theories is illustrated by this situation? Letter A, microsystem. Letter B, mesosystem. Letter C, exosystem. Or letter D, macrosystem. Number 36, ano po ang inyong choice? Okay, I see a lot of letter C's. May ilang letter B. Okay, workplace, yung inyong hint. Sabi ni ma'am, workplace daw ang hint. Okay, I see C's, may ilang D, may ilang B. Okay, now again, sabi dito, you have Violeta, who goes with her mother in school. She enjoys the workplace of her mother. That's your hint, no? So, tumpak po yan, workplace of her mother. Which of the following ecological theories is illustrated by this situation? And ang tumpak na choice natin dito is letter C. Okay? So, tumpak po yung letter C. This is according to Bronfenbrenner, no? So, meron din po tayong video na to. Hanapin nyo po, Bronfenbrenner sa ating Gurong Pinoy, no? And so, letter C po ang ating tumpak na choice. Let's take a look at your discussion. Okay, so this is Yuri Bronfenbrenner's bioecological model of human development. So according to Bronfenbrenner, meron kang 5 klase ng systems. Now, unang-una, you have the microsystem. Ang microsystem, ito talaga yung may direct interaction in activities, roles, and relations with others and objects. Ito yung pinaka malapit sa individual, no? So the family, immediate environment, the school, the friends, etc. The workplace of the individual, no, hindi nung nanay ng individual, the neighborhood of the individual, the church of the individual. Okay, so that's your micro system. Now, ang meso system mo, this is the interaction. So, interaction siya between the different parts of your microsystem, no? Connections between systems and microsystems. For example, yung inyong parent-teacher association. No? So, the interaction between your school and your house, the interaction between your house and your religion, for example, no? That's mesosystem. Interaction between your different microsystems. And then you have your exosystem. Ito yung hinahanap natin kanina, indirect environments. Kasi yung example natin kanina, yung workplace ng mom niya, no? So indirect environment na siya. These are systems that influence the individual indirectly through the microsystem. Nakaka-influence lamang siya because of the microsystem na family niya, no? Yung nanay niya, which is part of, or who is part of the microsystem. That's why the exosystem, the workplace of the mom, was able to influence her. Okay, so that's exosystem, indirect environment. Macro system, this is already the society as a whole. So norms and values of the culture, social ideologies, values of cultures, and subcultures. And of course, meron kang chronosystem. Chronosystem mo naman would be yung pagkakasunod-sunod. Okay? Pagkakasunod-sunod. Time and historic influences. Ayan, sabi ni, sino yung nagsabi? Si Sir kanina. Ayan, hindi ko mabasa pala. Parang Indian yung character. Mukhang bagong diagram na yan. May techno subsystem. Ayan, meron pong bagong inintroduce. The techno subsystem, media influences, computers, internet, portable devices, social media, TV and phone. We all know na bago na talaga, no? Kasi nga inintroduce na, nilagay na nila sa biological model ni Bronfenbrenner itong technology, okay? Because we all know how technology was able to influence, okay? It influences the child, of course, okay? But our choice there would of course be exosystem for this item. We go to number 37, which is not a perennial's point of view about education. Okay, alin dito yung hindi perennial point of view? Education should cultivate humans' rational mind. Education should stimulate humans to think critically. Experience is the real test of the worth of all things. Or letter D, truth is unusual and unchanging, and therefore good education is constant. Okay, what's your choice for number 37? Number 37, what is our choice? I see C's for number 37. Okay, now remember, this is talking about perennial. When you say perennial, unchanging, forever, okay? So, unusual and unchanging, so that means tumpak itong letter D mo. Hinahanap natin not a perennial's point of view, no? Hindi siya kasali sa perennial's point of view. And your A and B here are the same, no? So, parehas po yung A and B mo, cultivation of the mind. Stimulate humans to think critically. Remember, perennialism says unchanging truths, no? Truths, unchanging beliefs, unchanging knowledge. Okay, so tumpak pa rin tong A and B. Yung letter C mo, ang ating tumpak na choice dito, no? So sabi ng letter C, experience is the real test of the worth of all things. So anong ism itong inyong letter C? Anong ism ang letter C? Yan, si Ma'am Jenny Alog, hindi napansin ang not, na? So sometimes namamali tayo dahil hindi na natin nakikita yung mga not. Ayan. So tumpak yan si Facebook user. Sabi ni Facebook user, empiricism. Tumpak po yung empiricism, experience. Empiricism, sabi ni Ma'am Emerlyn Merano. Tama po yan. Si Ma'am Raquel Claros. Okay? So tama po yan. Empiricism na itong letter C mo. Experience is a real test of the worth of all things. Kasi sabi ng empiricism mo, the true source of knowledge is sense experience. Okay? So letter C is our choice for number 37. We go to number 38. A type of education which aims to develop individual for maximum usefulness in the state is letter A, humanism, letter B, realism, letter C, utilitarianism, or letter D, progressivism. Okay, what is your hint for number 38? Ano po yung hint natin sa number 38? Mhm. Number 38, ano po yung ating hint? Aha. Usefulness. Tama. Okay, maximum usefulness. I see a lot of letter C's. Usefulness in the state. Okay, so being a true statesman. Usefulness in the state. Tumpak, no? And so the correct choice is letter C, utilitarianism. Remember, utilitarianism is for the good of the many. The more, the merrier. Kung ang inyong gagawin ay mas makakapahappy sa mas nakakaraming tao, and that would be your choice, that would be your action. No? And so here, sa utilitarianism mo, they are trying to develop the students into becoming a statesman, into becoming someone who is going to be useful in the society. Okay, so utilitarianism. There is another common question based on this item. No, meron pang question na sa in Rome education. In Rome education, they train the students to become true statesmen. Okay, so what type of school of thought is being reflected here? Your answer would also be utilitarianism. Okay, so utilitarianism din po yung ating tumpak na choice. Okay, we move on with number 39. A music teacher is careful in planning activities for each lesson. He praises liberally and rewards correct answers. What view of learning is exhibited? Classical conditioning, operant conditioning, meaningful learning, or social learning? Okay, ano po yung hint ninyo sa ating 39 and what is your choice? What was the hint that gave you your choice? Okay, ICBs. Rewards. B, operant. Reward. Okay, yung iba sa inyo, hindi ko nakikita yung name, no? Sabi ni Ma'am Jovelyn Grante, reward. Okay? Whenever we post, kung nagpo-post po kami ng StreamYard, meron po siyang link sa baba na I am going to go live through StreamYard. Tapos if you want to see your name sa ating comment, mag-register po kayo. No? I-click nyo po yung link na may pangalan na StreamYard. Every time we go live, dapat po kiniklik nyo yon para nakikita ko po yung inyong name kapag kayo ay nagko-comment. Ma'am Marinel Riaño, rewards. Ma'am Naneth Cuestas, rewards. Praise, sabi ni Facebook user. Ma'am Erica Libunaw, praises and rewards. Okay, so tumpak po yan, praises and rewards, of course. That would be operant conditioning. Remember operant conditioning by B.F. Skinner, no? Burroughs, Frederick Skinner, reward, punishment, reinforcement, feedback, and computer-aided instruction. Okay, classical conditioning, ito naman po ay by Ivan Pavlov. This would be your phobia, trauma, your discrimination, generalization, your acquisition and extinction, yung kaninang na chika natin, no, na pag-usapan na natin. Yung meaningful learning theory, sabi naman ng meaningful learning theory mo, dapat ay may meaning sa bata yung lesson, no? So kaya siya nire-relate natin whenever you write your lesson plan, dapat nakaka-relate yung bata sa inyong mga examples, sa inyong mga activity, para mas nagiging meaningful yung learning, para mas naaalala nila kung ano na ituro mo sa kanila. Social learning theory, of course, this is by Albert Bandura. No? Social learning theory naman, sabi niya, we learn by observation and imitation. Okay? All right, we move on with the last item tonight. Teacher Rachel consults students and parents when she makes decisions. Which classroom management style does teacher Rachel observe? Letter A, democratic. Letter B, laissez-faire. Letter C, assertive. Or letter D, consultative? All right, number 40. What's your choice? Letter. Okay, so sabi ng karamihang kaguro natin, consults, consultative. Okay, so magaling na kayo maghanap ng hints, na? So whenever you are answering your Prof Ed, especially sa Prof Ed, no, minsan na-apply din naman natin sa Gen Ed, maghanap lagi ng hint. Okay, once nakita niyo yung hint, minsan iisang word lamang siya, nadadala niya kayo sa correct choice. Okay, so minsan dapat naghahanap ka talaga ng hint para ikaw ay madala sa correct choice. All right, so your hint here is consults, and of course, the correct choice is consultative. Sir Dexter Rubio, hello po, newbie, no? Join lang ni Sir Dexter. All right, so consultative is our correct choice. Your hint here would be consult students. Let's take a look at your slide. Okay, so these are the different classroom management style. Unang-una, you have authoritarian. If you can remember, no, sabi ng authoritarian, there are many behavior rules with consequences set by the teacher. Students have no say, no? So walang freedom yung students. Number 2, democratic. You can consult the children, you can consult the students, as well as the parents. Now, students and parents, the teachers are also active participants. Now, under democratic, you have authoritative and consultative. Authoritative, just like your authoritative parenting style, there's high expectations of behavior, and the teachers and students are working together. That's authoritative. And consultative naman, the same din siya na authoritative, but of course there is consistent feedbacking, no? So you consult, you take the concern of your parents, you take the concern of the students. There is an open door communication. Laissez-faire, it gives students some knowledge, but the teacher is not an active participant. Laissez-faire, yung teacher mo dito is petics, no? So, walang pakialam yung teacher. Medyo tamad si teacher. You have 2 types for this, permissive and indulgent. Parang katulad din siya ng inyong parenting style. Permissive, the teacher just let them be. Okay, so whatever it is that you want to do, go ahead and do whatever it is that you want to do. There's very few punishments, there's no demand, very few demands, there's much freedom. Indulgent, there's also no demand on the students, and the students resolve issues by any means. Okay, so parehas po silang under laissez-faire. All right, and that ends tonight's discussion. Of course, we will be back on Wednesday. Huwag po kayong mawawala, no? Wednesday po, meron tayong part 4 ng ating final coaching. While waiting for Wednesday, again, balikan po lahat ng ating videos sa ating YouTube channel, dyan po sa Team Piaget. If you are watching us in our final coaching and classified files na group, and you'd want to go back to all full-length videos sa Team Piaget, mag-message po sa ating Facebook page kung paano po kayo malipat sa ating Team Piaget. And of course, balikan po lahat ng ating YouTube channel lahat ng ating YouTube videos sa ating YouTube channel. There's over 500 videos there. No? Mag-movie marathon, push pa mga kaguro, malapit na. Huwag na pong papetiks-petiks, push pa po at kayang-kaya po nating abutin yung ating pangarap na maging licensed professional teachers. This has been Coach Mek of Gurong Pinoy, and of course, I leave you the saying, sabay-sabay po tayo. Maliit man na butil ng mga kaalaman, ang dulo nito ay malaking kaginawaan. Maraming salamat!